Hey guys, what is up? So today I wanted to do a quick video talking about my drugstore foundations. I have been meaning to kind of do a video about these because recently my drugstore foundation collection has kind of grown, because for the longest time I only wore BB creams. I really was never into foundations because I didn't want to deal with trying to match them to me, because you really can't match yourself at the drugstore too well. So I want to start off by saying that I do have oily skin. Normally I am pretty pale. At the moment I do have some fake tan on, so I am matching my face to my body. If I were to take off my makeup, my face would be a lot lighter than my body. So that was another reason that my foundation collection started to grow a bit. So the first foundation I started out with was the Garnier BB cream, and some people might not consider this a foundation, but I would, because it's pretty decent coverage. I did like it for a long time. I used it, I think I got it last year, and I used it like all summer. So I don't know if you can see, but it is pretty pigmented. It does have some sunscreen in it, so I did like it for summer. And it wasn't bad as long as you didn't put on too much, like it didn't really, slide off my face around too much. I think it did get kind of old though, because it didn't slide around at first, but recently when I try to use it, it really does break up on my skin. And if I don't have a bit of a tan, this is a little bit deep for me, and this is the light medium shade. So if you're very fair, I wouldn't recommend this. But if you're a little bit more tan, then you might like this. And I don't know, some people like to put BB creams under their foundation, but this is so thick and it has, light to medium coverage. I wouldn't see myself putting this under a foundation, but I do really like this. I don't know if I would repurchase it. If you have like a medium skin tone, try it out. If you have dry skin, it'll probably be way better for you. The next foundation I got was the Revlon Color Stay. At the moment this is a little bit light for me, but this worked out really well because I do have oily skin. It stayed all day. As long as you don't layer it on too much, doesn't look too cakey. You really don't have to set it with a powder or anything. The only complaint I would have about this is I feel like if I use this consecutively, maybe like a couple days in a row, I feel like the fourth day, I feel like my skin gets a little bit worse. I get a couple more blemishes. Not that it's making me break out, but due to the nature of this product, it's a long-wearing foundation. I might not be getting all the foundation off my skin when I'm wearing it so many times in a row, because it is such a long-wearing product. So that might be my fault, but also, this has a couple more ingredients to make it stay, and I know even when, if I use a really dense brush, it is extremely, extremely hard to clean my brushes. And I never have that problem with any other foundations. So, if you have oily skin, this would probably work well for you, and this is the combination to oily skin formula. But I would just be aware if you are sensitive to getting your pores clogged or having breakouts due to like a long-wearing foundation, then I would be careful and just keep that in mind. So the next foundation I got was based off of Samantha Guerrero's recommendation. She would always talk about the True Match foundation, and I figured it would be easy enough to match myself, because this winter I was like, I just have to be the palest of the pale. So I got the color Cool 1 because I noticed that I have more of a yellowy undertone. And so, being an art major, yellow is a cool color, and pink, being kind of like the other undertone you can be, is a warm color. Pink is like red, which is a warm color, and yellow is like, a cool color on the spectrum. So I was like, okay, Cool 1. But my only complaint would be that this is a little bit pink. It matches me pretty well, it's just a little bit too pink for me. So I was looking at, the store the other day, and I noticed that I held the Cool 1 to the warm one, and the warm one was more yellowy tone, and the Cool 1 was way more red tone, pinky tone. So it was like, that kind of confused me, so I was like, maybe it's different in the beauty world, but that just really threw me off. So once I finish this, I definitely will repurchase the warm one, so then it's, it matches me a little bit better. So then I started doing the self-tanner, and I knew I really liked the L'Oreal True Match, and I looked up what color, because I think I used the same self-tanner as Lauren Curtis, and she really liked the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. This is the exact one she got, and I was like, oh, this is awesome, it has a pump. Because this one doesn't have a pump, I have to like shake it on my finger and dab it, and that's not very hygienic. So I was like, oh, I'll try this, it has a pump. You know, this is more of a matte finish, but this is more of a dewy finish, and I'll try it out. And I think she has more of a dry skin tone, so I was like, okay, I'll try it. My only complaint is about this one is if you have oily skin like me, it probably won't work for you. This broke up really bad on me. Maybe I'll try it again, and I'll try setting it with a powder, because I'm really bad about remembering to do that. But, and I don't know why I didn't just buy this in the first place, because this is the formula I love, and it's the exact same color. They're both W4. They look identical. So I ended up repurchasing this one, you know, because I knew I liked this one. And that's also what I'm wearing today. I like to put the deeper one around the edge of my face, and then the lighter one in the center of my face, just so it looks a little bit more natural and it matches my tan. But that would be my only complaint about this one, but I am still going to try it, so I'll probably get back to you if I do end up liking it. But I do love that it has a pump, so I really want it to work. So the last foundation, most recent foundation I got was the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous. I wanted to try this because I heard a lot of really good things about this, and yeah, I've really been liking it. I just matched myself because I just found whatever was closest to this one, because I know this one matched me really well. So that's another tip for if you're matching yourself at the drugstore. If you find a color that you really like, that's another really good tip for finding a foundation at the drugstore. Every time I go to buy a new foundation, I will go grab, not to buy, but I will just go grab off the shelf the one that I know matches me, and I will go compare it to other foundations and see what matches me. So I even did that when I bought this one, because I knew this one was a little bit dark for me during the winter. I grabbed it and I was like, okay, clearly this one's lighter, and it worked out pretty well. The next hard part might be finding your undertone, but I think they say, like, if you look at your veins, if you have purple veins, then you have a pink undertone, and if you have blue veins, then you have a yellow undertone, or something along those lines. But it's really hard to tell, because it's sometimes you just have to do trial and error or try to get samples. But yeah, so those are my foundations. Just to talk a little bit more about this one, I feel like this one will be really good too if you have dry skin, because I felt like this one broke up on me a little bit as well with the oils on my face. But again, I should try it with the setting powder, and I should probably just get a new one of these because this is ancient. But yeah, so that's my drugstore foundations. Of all of them, I've really been liking these, so I recommend these if you want to try. These have a ton of colors, so you're sure to be able to find a color that matches you. So yeah, I hope this video helps. Don't be scared like me to try drugstore foundations. It's a lot cheaper than trying out high-end foundations, just to see if you're even going to like them. And I want to explain that a little bit too, because normally I do try to keep my collection strictly cruelty-free, but that really isn't happening when I'm buying these drugstore foundations. But you know, eventually I do want to get into higher-end cruelty-free foundations. But since I am new to using foundation, I don't want to waste a lot of money testing out a bunch of high-end foundations. I kind of want to practice with these first, so I just wanted to throw that out there. And if you have any questions about having like cruelty-free makeup or vegan makeup, just leave a comment below. I feel like one day I'll make a video about it, but I think I still need to do some more research and look into a couple more companies and kind of just weed out the items in my collection that are not cruelty-free, and pretty much just stop buying things that are not cruelty-free. So Please leave any comments down below if you have any questions. Be sure to like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos and get notified when I put them out. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a good one.